Taurus, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-March 2025. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business, as always, and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in energy and see what's happening for the lovely Taurus collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My God, Spirit Team, talk to me. What do we got for Taurus gang in mid-March? What energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Taurus in mid-March. What's the vibe? What's the energy swirling all around here for my good friends? Please and thank you. Let's get this card out nice and quick. There it is. All right, so I love this woman's haircut. I really do. Whenever I see this card, I'm like, that's unique. That's cool. So for some of you, I mean, it could be something about aesthetics when this card is here. This is also a huge card of creativity, and I like it. I feel like it's a very positive way to lead off a reading, regardless of what shows up in the main portion. I feel like this is really nice. Now, before we really dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the March subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk more about this lady. So obviously, when we look at the symbolism, we have this interesting, unique looking woman there. She's holding a golden thread. She's in front of a sewing machine. So this can imply a few different things. First and foremost, the aesthetics of it are beautiful to me. So for some Tauruses, maybe you're changing something about your look or your aesthetics. Maybe you're redecorating a place within your home. That could be very possible when this card is here. It could really also link into creativity in general. So for a lot of Tauruses, now would be a great time to do any of the arts, any sort of creative passion, whether it's a business or just to let off some steam. This is a really great card for it, and it signals good results and blessings. That's the one thing I really like. But if we go a little deeper, when I see a sewing machine and a thread, this could represent somebody mending something, fixing something, repairing things. So again, it depends on what things you're going through right now. But when I see this card, it's like, all right, this could be made right, or this could be fixed. Okay, so it's like interesting how all those energies come to play. So it's like we have aesthetics, we have creativity, we also have fixing things and problem solving. So a beautiful way to start. I think on any account, this is a really positive card to lead off with. So we're just going to leave her right there. She could keep doing her tasks. Let's get into tarot. And I always say this first card here doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for my Taurus friends, please. And while we get the deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. It was centered around communication. The reading was titled A Surprising Talk. So whether it was a talk you weren't expecting to have, hearing from someone you weren't expecting to hear from, if that hasn't happened yet, just know that energy could bleed over for a couple weeks. But the big focus was communication. So we're going to see what shows up for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone, so only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else's, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards for Taurus here in mid-March. What is going on? Please and thank you. Let's get this first card out. Thank you. Queen of Swords. And this is something I've been seeing with the other earth signs this week. There's a lot of air energy, but there's also some seriousness to it. Like that's a big vibe in all of them, where it's like not as soft and cuddly as it normally is. Let's get a couple more. I mean, at least I perceive earth energy as like cozy. I mean, I have a lot of water placements. Okay, we have the 7 of Pentacles, so the karmic energy is still lingering around you. And that's something that's been happening for like multiple weeks now. I've just been seeing so many karmic-based cards for the Taurus readings. Let's get one more. Thank you. 5 of Cups. So maybe that problem solving might need to come into play when we have this 5 of Cups here on the back end. And I always say this card doesn't have to be like worst case scenario, but it's something we most definitely want to keep an eye on. But let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. But at first look, first glance, we do have a nice mixture of elements going on. We have air, we have earth, which is a comfort element for you. We have water, which is also pretty complementary, even though the 5 of Cups can be a little stressful. So I feel like for the most part, like most of the Tauruses, like the energy looks like it's in your comfort zone, at least at first glance. But there's just the way it all mixes. It could be different areas of life. This could be different aspects of the same thing. I just have a feeling they're all going to be layered. That's a big vibe I'm picking up. So let's go through piece by piece and really start to build this out and see what story starts to emerge. But position number one, we are starting with the beautiful, powerful Queen of Swords. Now, for a portion of you, you might be connected to an air sign, so Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. If that's not the case, this could easily be an energy you're stepping into in this time. And remember, it's not gender specific. But what do we know about the Queen of Swords? She is no nonsense, no games, no BS, very straightforward and to the point, honest to a fault. She is a strategist. She is very sharp intellectually. That's some of her positive traits. So there could be planning aspects dealing with her, but there are challenges with this card as well. Sometimes it could be a little too mean. It could be a little too cold. It could be like emotionally cut off from something when I see this card. Watch out for conversation in this time because you might be a little more blunt than you normally are. This card can hurt feelings. Okay, so whether it's you hurting someone else's feelings or vice versa, the Queen of Swords is linked with it. And again, what you see is what you get with her. There are no frills in this communication style when I see the Queen of Swords. And she can also sometimes cut certain things out of her life. So whether it's behavior, whether it's a habit, it's like, all right, we're going to trim a little off the top here with the Queen of Swords. And I always say she's very stern and serious and just not about any games. That is a big thing. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but I feel like this card can be a little too harsh. Now, I am getting these little themes similar to what I saw, I think, in the Capricorn reading, where there's strategy and planning showing up. Because not only is she a big card of strategy, we have the Seven of Pentacles here, which is like planning. It's like laying in wait. It's like, all right, I'll wait a minute. So there's a certain patience that I'm starting to pick up in this spread, especially with the Queen of Swords. Now, moving to the center, we have the Seven of Pentacles. And by all accounts, that card seems like it's not really doing much, but there's a lot of energy underneath the surface. We see this individual, they're chilling by that bush, they're waiting on those pentacles to fully ripen and mature. So first and foremost, this is a card of waiting. It's a card of patience, letting something develop. So whether it's your patience being tested or maybe you've been very patient through a process, it's a pretty chill energy. It also does connect to things like gardening. It connects to things like nature itself. So whether it's refreshing your energy in nature or just natural occurrences, that's a big thing here with this card. But it's also karmic, right? Reaping what you sow. You plant seeds, you let it grow, and then you reap your harvest. So the karmic energy is still in the mix. So whether it's somebody else, whether it's a situation, whether it's a cycle shift, the karmic energy is still here. But at the same time, the challenge of this card, it could represent somebody that's not doing too much, where they're just waiting, and nothing is happening. Okay, so it's like there might be time to take some action or make some moves when this card is here. And it could also represent impatience. So there could be something or a process where it's like, I don't have the energy for this. Now, moving to the very back end, and we'll talk about the Seven of Pentacles because it can be good, can be getting rewarded. Pardon me. We have the Five of Cups, and this is called the River of Tears, right? And we see our friend here all dressed in black. He's all gothed out, emoed out, and it's not all bad. I do say that there's positive to this card, but it's on a spectrum. So for some Tauruses, you might just be a little gloomy. You might be in one of those modes where like nothing's really spiking your emotions one way or another. It's a blah type of energy on its lower spectrum. But when we heighten it, it could represent depression, sadness, someone that's very upset about something, brokenheartedness. So this can be a challenge. This can be a problem or a situation we want to look at. Now, aside from those things, I say there's a silver lining to this card. Because when I see the Five of Cups, it's not final destination. So whenever I see it, I think your current situation is not your final destination. Specifically if you're going through a difficult time. That's a big thing with this card, because notice there's still things in the background. There's still cups that are standing. So it's like, yeah, this kind of sucks, but there's more to go. I will get over this, or I will get through this. So it's very intriguing the way this all goes. Just make sure you're not just wasting your time. I don't know why I'm saying that. Like with the Seven of Pentacles and the Five of Cups, they look like similar to me. So it's like, don't waste your time. But let's go through and do, I want to dive deeper on all of it. Let's jump in and clarify. Let's get a good shuffle here for Taurus. Let's see what's happening. And God, Spirit Team, what do we got? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on Miss Queen of Swords. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Taurus, you can drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right. Why is the Queen of Swords here? Thank you. Ace of Swords, the sword of truth. I mean, all the things, all the themes I was talking about with this Queen of Swords, it's like we have a double down of it. For a small portion of you, when I see the Queen of Swords with the Ace of Swords, it is like absolutely zero filter. So it's telling me a couple things. Either one, there is a situation that you need to take seriously, or it's something you at the very least need to keep an eye on. When I see these two cards together, it's like, oh, be on guard, keep that sword up, keep an eye on this. So for a portion of you, you might be going through a serious situation or two, or at the very least, there is something that you really need to keep an eye on and monitor. But I'm also getting, remember the communication that was big last week, it's showing up again because aces represent communication. Queen of Swords, Ace of Swords is somebody telling it like it is, no games. So for a lot of Tauruses, if you've been patient through a process, you've been patient with a person, you might be getting to a point where it's like, my patience is running thin. And that is not a place where you want to have a Taurus, right? Usually Tauruses are very kind and patient people, but once you push them to a certain point, watch out. It does feel like some of you might be getting to that point with a situation. Again, I'm not trying to manifest any harsh things, but when I see the Queen of Swords, Ace of Swords, it's not a nice energy. It's really not, but sometimes in life it calls for a harder hand. So those are the main vibes I'm picking up. Either it is a situation that you need to take seriously, or at the very least keep an eye on, or this is that straightforward, no games, no BS type of conversation, very serious communication style. So let's keep moving forward. It could be a serious talk, but let's see what the Seven of Pentacles says, because yeah, it just feels like it's like it has thorns, if that makes sense. When I see this energy, it's like, oh, if I touch it, it's gonna poke me. It's like giving me that kind of vibe. But let's see why the Seven of Pentacles is here. I really want to get over to the Five of Cups. Good. Okay. All right, so I like this energy, and to me, it does feel like a comfort zone. Well, the Seven of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, that's one of your power cards. I love it. And remember, it's not gender specific here. So for a Taurus reading, when I see that, it's like, yeah, I'm comfortable. I would say watch out for people encroaching in your comfort zone, because there could be a situation or something where it's like, no, I have it the way I want it. I like it this way. I'm very particular about that. When I see this energy moving in towards it, it's like, don't mess with my peace. Do not mess with my peace of mind. Like, I have it set up this way for a reason. So if that's, again, this could be anything. This could be personal relationships. It could be a relationship, you're very comfortable with it. It could be a routine you're very comfortable with. It could be a work situation where it's like, no, this is what it is. I'm comfortable with this the way it is. Watch out for somebody trying to come in and shake that up or push you outside of your comfort zone. Because again, I feel like a possible little backlash. Because if someone comes in and is messing with your peace, of course, that's going to get a backlash. So I like the energy in the center, though. Like I said, it feels comfortable to me. It feels solid and stable. And the King of Pentacles in the upright is nice and it's firm. But this energy feels like it's pestering, So there are certain individuals, watch out for, because they might be messing with your peace, with your, I don't want to say with your solitude, but with like your well-being, if that makes sense. Well, let's just keep moving. I like this energy in the center, but I don't like the outside influences. So especially for a lot of Tauruses, watch out for outside drama, outside influences. If you got a routine or if you got something set, a schedule set, stick to it. Don't let somebody else mess with your stuff. Let's keep going in on the Five of Cups. We'll see what that has to say. Then we'll do a quick little recap before we get into the shadow. It's like waking up a giant. Right? Like, you ever see it in a movie where like the giant's like chilling or sleeping and someone wakes it up and then it goes on a rampage? That's kind of what I'm picking up here. Let's see what the Five of Cups says. You don't want to wake the giant. So why is the Five of Cups here? Quick. Two Cups in reverse. Okay. So I feel for the vast majority of Tauruses, and I guess it depends on your situations. When I see the Five of Cups, Two of Cups in reverse, this could represent issues with people that we care for. It doesn't always have to be romantic. It could be friends, family members, you name it. When I see the Five of Cups, Two of Cups, it's like, we're just not seeing eye to eye. We're not getting along right now. So watch out for tensions with people, especially ones that are close to you. Because, and another thing, I can't let it go. It's like this outside energy or these outside situations. Yes, I said it here in the front. There is a situation that you should take seriously or keep an eye on. But it feels like a lot of people coming to you with stuff. So whether they're coming for assistance or they're coming to ask your opinion or to help solve a problem, I feel like you in your comfort zone for the most part, but like all these outside things are messing with your peace. So I'd say watch out for this. Now, for a portion of you, the Five of Cups, Two of Cups reverse could just represent somebody you care deeply for really going through it, really going through a tough time. So this is a bit of an emotional warning here on the back end, but I have this energy about someone disturbing your peace. I've been seeing it a lot. That's what I'm seeing this week. I mean, if that's not the case, beautiful. Please feel free to watch your other alignments, but watch out for the outside noise, if that makes sense. So let's go through and do a quick recap. Then we'll get into the shadow card. So your energy presented itself in a totally different way than it normally does. But if you kindly look in the box before the shadow, we have the Queen of Swords, Ace of Swords. This is a very powerful, straightforward, no-nonsense type of energy. I did say there is a situation you should either take seriously or at the very least keep an eye on. This can also be a conversation that's very straightforward and blunt. Maybe if what I felt in the middle is happening, maybe that's what you need to do. Because I feel for some Taurus is like somebody possibly pushing you too far or pushing your patience to a certain point. Because in the center, we have the Seven of Pentacles with the King of Pentacles in the upright. They don't want to wake the giant. There could be outside things, outside influences and sources that are like messing with your peace. So watch out for that. I think that is a cause for concern, right? Moving to the back end, we have the Five of Cups, Two of Cups in reverse. So either someone you care for really going through a tough one, or like I said, it's like I have this peaceful energy in the center and it's like things are coming in, things are coming in. So do with that information what you will. I mean, it feels like a lot to me, but you could take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows. All right, let's get a good shuffle here for Taurus. What's in the shadows for my good friends, please? Guides and Spirit team. And yes, I always like to pull one of these at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing. So let's get you one. And if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. All right, let's get your shadow card going. What do we got here for Taurus, please? Thank you. All right, we have one of your power cards here, and I really like this, especially for a Taurus reading, because we do have the Empress. Now, this card does have some drawbacks as well, but this is the Venus energy, right? And everyone knows Taurus is ruled by Venus, which does connect to nature and abundance and beauty. So I really like that this is your shadow card. In a sense, this could say that everything is going to be fine, everything's going to be okay. Maybe you need to stand firm with something when this card is here as well, because although it does have a lot of blessings, it can also be very firm and stubborn from time to time. But I feel like there's always a time and a place. Sometimes it's good to be a little more adaptable. Sometimes it's good to stand firm. And with this in the shadows, I feel for a lot of you, time for big shakeups or getting your energy invested in all this other stuff I was saying, that might not be the move this time. So there's either a situation you need to stand firm about, or, I mean, like I said, the energy, it's not really doing much at the time, which I think would be the best thing we have in the main part of the spread as well. So again, Empress is great for blessings, abundance. It's one of your power cards, but I think you need to stand firm with something. And I'm not sure how that's going to manifest for you this week, but I think you'll know when it happens. But Taurus, that's what I have for you, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the March subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me and get a little glimpse into whatever situations you're dealing with, you can check out my digital calendar on my website, mastermetaphysics.com. The March schedule is up and live. But for the March subscriber surprise, giving away 3 copies of one of my most favorite decks, the Everyday Witches Tarot. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, where in this beautiful big world are you from? I'll go first. I'm from New Jersey. And you could just put it down in the comments and you'll be entered to win. And at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll talk to you soon.